Hey everybody, I'm Johnny Scoville and this is Chase the Heat. I'm excited about today. Here's why. In my hand right here is a pod, a pepper. Guys, this is the famed Carolina Reaper, currently the Guinness Book of World Record holder at a 2.2 million Scoville heat units. However, the hottest pod I've ever eaten in my life is a Primatale. These are two Primatales grown by the same grower, Tomas. These are Primatales. It's a 7-pot Primo crossed with a Gourmet Fatale jigsaw. This is a Reaper. So what I'm doing is today I'm going to eat this one this morning, the breakfast of champions, and then later on I'm going to eat the Primatale. We're going to see which one's hotter. I've been saying for a while there's something very, very special about the Gourmet Fatale jigsaw. A couple years ago it was the hottest pepper I ate, Gourmet Fatale jigsaw grown by Steve Baylor. Second, last year, or this year so far, the hottest pepper has been the Primatale. I think the next big record-holding pepper is going to have, I'm telling you, Gourmet Fatale jigsaw is going to play some part in it. I really feel that. It's an amazing pepper. So we're going to eat this. Now this is coming in at 2.2 million Scoville heat units. Every day people ask me what if it's the hottest pepper. It's the hottest pepper rated by Guinness Book. I've eaten hotter. Not taking anything away. Look at the placenta on that pod. Thin-walled. It's just about solid placenta. Right here and right here. That's the kind of the spongy part of the plant where most of the heat resides, not in the seeds like a lot of people think. You should smell this. Has a fruity aroma, but that super hot Chinitsu aroma. I said this before, like if you go to the Amazon, you'll see these tree frogs that are bright green and bright yellow and blue. They're colored like that because you shouldn't touch them. If you touch them, it'll kill you. This is like the plant version as far as aroma. You smell this? Man, I could let somebody who's never eaten a pepper smell this and say, hey, you want to eat this? And you would just smell it and go, oh, I'll pass, I'm good. Something wrong with me. It smells so good to me. Boy. All right, without further ado, you guys, from Tomas Spillane, this is the famed, cut the, let's eat the stem. I just don't want to eat that green part of the stem. There, I cut that off. All right, guys, so here it is. The hottest pepper in the world. The Carolina Reaper. That's what I love about the Carolina Reaper and the 7-pot Primo and the Primatale. It's just immediate heat. Wow. Okay, Reapers have a classic taste. Like scorpions, I like the taste of scorpion, Trinidad scorpions, a little bit more than I like the taste of Reapers. But a Reaper has a very unique flavor, a very, very unique burn that we talk about a lot. Like a ghost pepper will burn in your mouth, in your tongue, kind of move it like all over your tongue mostly. A slow creeping burn that does this, builds and then comes down like that. The Carolina Reaper is not like that. It's a very violent burn. It goes just like this, and then it comes down slower. But sometimes a Carolina Reaper will have a false peak where you think it's peaked, then it drops and it peaks again, and it goes higher. I've had that happen. It was fruity for sure. There was no floral nature. Sometimes when I speak of floral, I mean it tastes like almost perfumey. Not into that. This had no floral. There was really no bitterness. It was just very, very fruity and superbly hot. It's attacking my throat right now. You know, a lot of times you'll see people do videos. I don't spit. I think that's just foul to see people spit into a cup during a video or anything. I mean, if you're in a contest and you're going to spew, that's one thing. But to just do a video and start spitting, I'm not really into that. But, so you've never seen me do that. I don't think I've ever done that. If I have and you guys have seen it in the video, correct me. Let me know what video, but I don't think I have. Maybe I did it once. But my saliva is going crazy right now. Super hot. It's attacking my throat for sure. Say it's probably still climbing. We're going to talk a little bit longer. While it's climbing, I'm going to address something that people have been asking about a lot. And it's the funniest thing. I've never actually addressed it because it's just a silly thing to talk about, but there are a million comments in the last couple of days about, I don't mean a million, but I'm telling you 1,000 in the last week about what it's like after the next day or in the Oval Office, the bathroom. Everybody wants to know that. I don't know why people are obsessed with that, but so we're going to talk about it. It's not a problem for me. Do you think I would do this every day if that was a problem for me? My gosh, I like pain, but not like, I mean, no, it isn't. Here's what happens. There's a tolerance in our bodies. You have a tolerance in your mouth. Somebody that doesn't eat peppers couldn't be talking like this because they couldn't talk. I mean, I'm used to these peppers and I have a high tolerance. In my mouth, I have a very, very high tolerance to pain. Okay, I can tolerate a lot. Then you have a tolerance in your stomach. Like there was a day where if I ate just a single Carolina Reaper, it would be a gut bomb. I'd be on the floor for 3 hours. It's breakfast. This is the first thing I've eaten, and it's not, you know, it's nothing. Because I'm used to it. So the first tolerance is here, the second tolerance is in your stomach. The third tolerance is what happens in the Oval Office. Now, I've often said that as far as prepping for a challenge, as long as I have some food in my gut, I'm good. I don't need to eat like a banana and a peanut butter sandwich. I don't have a regiment that I do every time. As long as there's food in my stomach, I'm usually good. On the rare occasions, and there have been 2, where I've done a challenge without prepping properly, the next day isn't so pleasant. But it's still not as bad as you guys probably think it is. That's just not an issue for me. The bathroom isn't an issue for me. If it was, I wouldn't do this. Excuse me, that was a pepper burp. You'll see that happens pretty frequently. You'll eat these peppers and they just create gases and they gotta come out. It's pepper burp. I apologize for that. Mea culpa. The heat on this for me is peaked out. It's not getting any higher. For me, it's probably a 3. I know you guys are probably looking at me and go, no, it's not. Yeah, it really is. It's a 3 for me. We're talking about pain now. I can easily do 7 points higher, no problem. But don't kid yourself, it's a great burn. My tolerance for pain and heat is unusual. So I'm very different than the average person. So if somebody who's not accustomed to eating peppers or has an aversion to pain, if they ate this pepper, the one I just ate, that Carolina Reaper, they wouldn't be at a 3. They'd probably be at a, they wouldn't be talking, they wouldn't be able to taste the pepper. You know, it would be beyond 10. It would be brutal for them. One other misnomer I want to address and correct is the whole taste buds being fried thing. Lots of comments in the last few days like I can't taste anything or I don't have the capsaicin receptors in my mouth. I'm just like everybody else. I just like it. That's where the weird part is. Not that I can do what I do. That's no superpower. I like that pain. It is what it is. The other thing is about the taste buds. A lot of people think that when you eat hot stuff like I do, it fries your taste buds. That's the most ridiculous thing. And I'm going to give you a great example. This is the only example I use. There are people that work in here in this kitchen with us that are not chili heads. They're around it all the time, but it's not something they enjoy eating a lot, right? If I grabbed one of them and had them eat the pepper I just ate, that Carolina Reaper, I said, you know, as soon as they ate it, they swallowed it. I said, okay, in the next minute or so, if you could, please describe the flavor to me. They wouldn't be able to describe anything. They just wouldn't. There would be no description of anything in their mouth flavor-wise. They would tell you how hot it is, it was burned, they'd be coughing and having a difficult time, but they wouldn't taste anything. And the reason for that is when your tolerance is low, your window of opportunity to describe that flavor is this big. Because in that amount of time, you've lost that ability. You're overridden with just the pain in your mouth. And that's the truth of it. So you aren't able to taste that. Hang on a minute, folks. Sorry about that. So, Now, when I eat that pepper, my taste buds are, my tolerance for heat is so high, I can taste that pepper. I taste fruitiness, like a real fruity, super hot, fruity kind of flavor. So, you know, they won't. So the higher your tolerance gets, the more you're able to taste, especially with regard to heat. My palate, you know, I don't just review pods, I review sauces a lot. My palate has gotten way more refined over the years. Not just because I'm more used to it, I'm able to describe flavors better, but no kidding, because my tolerance is higher. I'm able to taste more. So that's the truth. So there's tackling some of the misnomers that you guys have. It never got any higher than that, so it was like a 3 for me on my scale. It's down to about a 1 now, maybe even less. Delicious pepper. See, that's the other thing. This is probably a 10-minute video. I ate that pepper, it climbed to the top and peaked, and I'm back to almost 0 right now. If somebody had not, like a new person, somebody who's not a chili head, they'd eat that pepper, it would be 3 hours before they had their composure. I mean, it would be a rough afternoon, you know what I mean? So, but what a great pepper. That's the Carolina Reaper. Currently the record holder, 2.2 million. Now, these are Primo Tallies. This is a 7-pot Primo crossed with a gourmet Fatale jigsaw grown by the same grower, Thomas Spillane. This is the next video. I'll be eating these in a couple hours after, I want to make sure there's plenty of chance to get all heat out of me. I'm going to go have lunch probably. When I come back, I'm going to eat these Primo Tallies, okay? And we'll upload that. We're going to see which one's hotter. That's a hot pepper. The Reaper I just ate, it would not be the hottest pepper I've eaten this season. It's not as hot as the Primo Tagli I ate months ago. Just being honest. Take nothing away from that. It's a very, very, very hot pepper. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up now. I appreciate you guys. Sorry that the volume's been off a little bit the last couple videos, but we're going to get it back. We're going to have that crystal clear image. We're going to fix the one we got, or get a new one. So fear not. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Guys, right there is our pepper. If you click this pepper right here, you are part of our family, okay? We're growing big. It's pretty cool. You guys are the greatest family in the world, you know? If you don't want to miss a video, click the bell for notification. You will miss nada. Right there is League of Fire. They're putting a spotlight on the crazy competitive chili eaters that I do with contests around the world. I said contests around the world. Not that I'm hinting. Right there are 2 relevant videos, and I love you, and I'm not kidding about that. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.